there and you eating good, you know, you ain't caring about that. If you came from struggle. And you was born, you weren't just, you ain't jump right on, and, you know, on the block when you were born. You was a baby. You was in your mama arm, you know, sucking a titty, brother. Nowadays, they, you know, they destroyed your mind for wanting to do that, Black Queen. You think that's a crime. I don't want my kids to say, didn't you know God designed that so it make your baby smart?
But it's a natural thing. You see a cow, you know what I'm saying, feeding a dog, you know, it's breast milk or whatever. You naturally supposed to be drinking that anyway from at birth.
Right,
What other animal drink milk from another animal?
right, right.
When they,
So, go ahead, brother.
I'm just saying, what other animal does that when they give birth? They feed their young, and then when the young get a little bit older, they go out and it, you know, when it gets older, the animal goes out and does whatever it does. You know, if it's a cow, it go out and graze at some point, get its own
Right.
food. But at But I didn't mean to cut you off there, brother. Excuse me.
Nah, brother, you going in. You know me. Okay. Just checking out something myself anyway, you know,
Yeah,
make sure.
but you
That's
know,
why I be happy when you do that.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. You never know. You always got to look into that stuff because people they put this stuff out here for you, man. You got to think all the stuff you eating got dyes in it, all kind of chemicals in this stuff that we putting into our bodies now, man. And again, I'm not trying to turn anybody into to a vegetarian or anything like that, but at the same time, you have to figure out what you eating. A lot of this stuff, man, it's not good. You know, they killing these animals and they living in fear. You know, if you got an animal and you got the animal afraid, and then you eat that animal that was living in fear, don't you know that transfers into your DNA?
Right.
You know, because you don't know what that animal was in fear for his life, and you gonna eat it. So, you know, if you got an animal that, you know, if they do it, I mean, I know they have halal markets, you know, in different little places. I'm just saying, if you're gonna get your meat from somewhere, I think that's what you should do.
Right.
If you're gonna eat meat. And I know everybody don't have the ability to get to those places. I'm just saying, if you can, if possible, try to do that because again, fear can be transferred from
Right.
food through your pregnancy or whatever. If you're in fear throughout the pregnancy, don't you think that transfers on to your baby?
Right.
If you're doing drugs while you're pregnant, don't you think that transfers on to the child? You know what I'm saying? If you're drinking all the time and you have a baby, don't you think doesn't that transfer on to the child? You're doing heroin or whatever, that transfers into that child. That's why you got
Right.
crack babies and babies that, you know, with, you know, premature babies and everything. That's why that happens. And again, you people just thinking that this is just something. It's like it's a joke or it's a game, but this is reality, man. This is real life. This is what really happens, and fear can be transferred through food, you know, several different things.
Right.
And that's why even reading that book Dianetics, you have to remember everything, anything that you do to your body remembers that.
Right.
But it's up to you to break that, you know what I'm saying, to break that fear, to break that out of your life. So I know you were looking up some stuff. I don't know if you were able to
Oh yeah, you know, I just wanted to share some more with Allah. I want us to understand is the brother's portion of this because we're talking to the man and the woman right now. But you know, something that I ain't gonna say both of us, okay? You must read that book. What book? The Quran. Okay? I ain't saying this, and I'm just adding what he making me say. But it says, you must read that book. Okay, and that's in their B section of us, all right? The second portion of the B section is, be compelled by physical necessity to. Okay, one must eat to live. Didn't he just was explaining that to you? Look at the law. Didn't I say let's look at it in the perspective that it's a law talking to us? That should bear witness. If you pull it up for yourself, you'll bear me witness. That's what it says. So you don't think Brother Ali just trying to make something up like me and conspired, you know, together to make this time fancy. No. It also means to be required by immediate or future need or purpose too. We gotta do it. It is our purpose and it is our future to bring and build God's kingdom on earth. You might think that is foolishness because you don't know the scriptures. That's why we thank so try our hardest to bring it to you as clear as sunshine as he would have wanted us to do it. Look at this. We must hurry to catch the bus. Ain't that something you gotta do when you gotta go to work? You must get to that bus stop. What is must? Okay? We're delving into the heart of must from Allah. See why the minister of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used the title, The Time and What Must Be Done? He's telling us something happened to force something or something. The full definition of it is we need to drive or urge forcefully against them, irresistibly. Listen to Allah. He's telling you. We're going to have a hunger to be irresistible, feel dominant. We outpopulate them, and that's their greatest fear. You must understand it. It ain't war. They're afraid of our urgeful forcefulness. If it's ever brought into existence, it will be irresistible for them to stop us, says Allah. You must know it is you, black women and black brother and indigenous darker people.
And one thing. No, go ahead, brother. I apologize. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I kind of got caught up today waiting on the call for my job. So I could have had right of the day off to attend the minister's lecture series. Okay, his lecture today. You know, they drug and took their time on calling me. And because, we have to work, thank Allah that it ain't, I'm just explaining to you the wickedness, but I ain't under the control of what I'm explaining to you. It just had me under the, I would say, sitting around loafing. Had me loafing. Because I and not be dressed properly, thinking that they're going to give me the okay, or rather yes or no, that I can have that day off, and then I'm at the gathering, dressed unprepared. So it had me trapped, So, no disrespect, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to let Allah, my wife was present, as I said. I know she wanted me to be there, like I said, But this is why we have to do for self. See what your brother explained to you? You've been there. You need a day off. You probably had butterflies when you called to ask for your day off when you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have to feel bad if you need a day off and you own your dollar. Ain't that right? You shouldn't have to, feel bad to tell them, hey man, I need a day off. Because in your mindset, you're thinking, man, they see my work ethic. I know I'm good for a day off. You ain't got no business even explaining that into your mind. They should respect it. Especially if your work ethic match what you're saying. Okay, brothers and sisters. That's why we need to be compelled. It means to cause or to do or occur by overwhelming pressure, meaning no matter what they try to come with, we're going to have to pull our resources together. Okay? Help the minister and ourselves in our community. They ain't telling you what this man doing with this money. That the believers and those who just know that this man is who he is and have bear witness and have did their own research, because he is in order for you to know who God sent, you must study the prophets.
And while we're on the minister, man, I'm so disappointed in those people in Tuskegee, Alabama, man.
Right.
So disappointed, because the minister and the Nation of Islam was trying to come down there to get some of that property down there, and I'm not sure what really exactly went on. But if there would have been some Caucasians coming down there, to buy up some of that land down there, they wouldn't have had an issue with it. Everybody has so much to say, so much negatives talking about what he's going to do, this, that, and the other. Y'all not doing nothing else down there. Look at that city as a whole, man.
Right.
The university is the only thing that's there, and you had the Tuskegee Airmen there, and that city is a mess, man. A complete mess. You hired the same man back there to be a mayor there, Johnny Ford, who not doing nothing in that city, and you hired him back a crackhead, a baser. And I'm sorry to say it. I'm not sorry to say it. Y'all just gonna have to face the fact. When somebody trying to do something good with black people, man, y'all don't never want to accept it. But let somebody be down there with some foolishness. Y'all are all for it. That city is a mess, man, and y'all need somebody to come down there and fix it and clean it up, man. It's one of the only few black cities that has land in it that can be changed and used for farming, and that's why he was in that area.
Right.
Man, it's a shame. And I ain't mean to cut y'all, but I just had to get that out there, man, because I've been thinking about that for a while, too.
Man, it is a loss, so. But, it's just like my brother was saying. But the definitions that I'm reading, are the ones that I was intended to look up. So these are a lot. So you think about I'm trying to what's called this, and that ain't even the equation of this subject. With this subject, like we said, it's about Allah. Okay, taking a letter of